And we're back, part two. I don't like Verizon. I think I'm going to change. I'm going to let them know that I need to get out of this contract because this is too much. It's enough to drive me crazy. If you haven't seen part one, go watch part one. It's only like 8 minutes long. And then come watch part two. Because I'm just going to start where we left off. Hey, Malcolm. Thanks for coming back. But yeah, this person, they had all the money, all the resources. Hey, Shaylin, part two. Yes, let's go. But now something is happening to their money and they don't know what it is. Hey, Bragsy, thank you. And now this person is watching you. They could be looking at you, online or something. And they're watching, it's like they're seeing that the world is your oyster. Like things are just things that they couldn't see before. They wouldn't even dream of you reaching these pinnacles or reaching these heights. Now they're seeing that not only are you able to reach them, but you're able to surpass where they thought that you would ever go. Now they're thinking about it, and it's like as they think about it, it's like something is activating in their heart. As if their heart is all of a sudden getting a soft spot for you. Because once again, they're watching you happily on your journey. This is somebody who failed to listen to reason, who failed to understand that there's conviction of spirits, that our inner God is going to let us know about what's right and what's wrong. This is that person who failed to do that. And now they're jealous, and everyone can see that they're jealous. Everyone sees that they have that envy, and because it's like they keep bringing your name up. They can't keep your name out their mouth. But you already knew it was because of you deciding to work on you, to be a better you, and not to compete with anyone else, because there was nothing, absolutely nothing that anyone else had that you even wanted. Wasn't no car, wasn't a job, wasn't a house, wasn't a family, wasn't responsibilities, it wasn't no man or woman. There was nothing that they had that you wanted. The only thing that you wanted for yourself was to be a better day, to be a better you today than you were yesterday. That was it. But see, somebody couldn't make a decision, and they didn't, or they made a decision, but they didn't see that the decision that they made was going to affect their finances. It was going to affect their ability to grow. It was going to affect their ability to create. Hey, high priestess. And now this person is in a bind, whether that's a financial bind, whether that's a spiritual bind, whether they are bound emotionally or psychologically. Someone is finding that they are in a bind, and they feel like they have a plan to get this money, to get whatever it is that they need so that they can succeed. And they feel like what it is they're going to come in, they're going to schmooze, and they're going to be able to win your heart back. This is somebody who wants to come in and say that, they want to be this happy family with you, that they want to, in the beginning, show you all kinds of appreciation and adoration and love and write cute little notes and all that other good shit. And then once you put your guard down, once you feel like they are in it for the long haul, They want to rip your heart out. They want to cause chaos to that unconditional love that you have. They want to see if you truly have unconditional love for them. Once again, unconditional love is you can love someone, but you can also love them from afar. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to allow them to mistreat you. You don't have to allow, to allow the abuse to continue. Yeah. Somebody finds that they are all tied up. They are in a bind. Something that they never thought that they was going to be. And they're getting desperate because you know what? They're finding that even their creativity is blocked. Because their heart was blocked. Because they tried to break your heart. So now their creativity is blocked and they don't know how they're going to be able to get whatever it is that they feel that they need. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Queen Memoirs, how are you? Yes. And Queen Memoirs, a lot of times it takes a long time for someone to change. They're not going to change in a week or two. They may not even change in a year or two. Because they still have to work through those dark attachments. Whatever they felt was important then, they're still going to feel like it's important. They just want to see if there's a way they can kind of get around it this time. And somebody had to look at the decision that they made, and they're looking closely at their decision. What's the message, Spirit? And they're finding now that they are attached to the wrong thing, the wrong one. And they're not able to finagle themselves out of it. But what they are receiving is karma for not appreciating you, for not appreciating everything that you do. Because you worked hard to get where you're at. You worked hard to, make a way out of no way. You worked hard to pick yourself up. You worked hard working on yourself. This is why you're here now. And this is why they're jealous. Because you worked hard where somebody was trying to work hard on you. I feel like you had to tune everything and everyone out in order for you to get where you needed to go. You had to just concentrate only on Spirit. That was it. Because Spirit said, look only at me. I'm the one that's going to carry you forward. And now this thinking man, is thinking about this. How you remained balanced no matter what they brought your way. No matter how much heartache, heartbreak, no matter what everybody around town was saying. And they was talking. They were saying a lot of shit. They were saying that you'll never make this. You'll never get that. Everything that somebody said was all negative about you and your options. You and whatever you was doing. They was just spitting all that negativity. And this person never thought that when you walked away and you took your heart, it was going to fuck them up. And guess what? Somebody's fucked up. And now it's going to take them some time before they're able to actually make a different decision. Because now they got to go in and they got to clear up all that bullshit that they just sat there and was trying to throw it your way, only to find out that shit was coming back. It's going to take them some time. What's the message? Right. Exactly. Behaving. Yes. Oh, how are you doing, behaving? What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. Anything else, Miss Steph? Yeah, it's like you walking away. When you walked away, you walked straight to, your stability. You walked straight towards your stability because at that point, everybody could see that you loved yourself. You loved yourself enough to walk away. To walk away from everyone trying to give you crumbs. Thinking that you was just going to be happy with that little bit of piddly shit. And now somebody, like I said, they are trying to make this plan, trying to come up with this strategy, how to get back in. Because they know that whenever they were close to you, life was easier for them because they was living off of your blessings. But see, the people around them didn't want them to be that yin yang energy with you. They didn't want them to be balanced with you. So they were the ones who started saying, you don't really want that, do you? You don't really need that. You don't really like that person. Oh, that person is goofy. That person is dumb. That person is this. That person is that. And now you know what? They feel dumb for listening. They feel goofy for listening. They feel silly for listening and believing and acting upon that. Now they understand they were the goofy motherfucker and it was never you. They allow people to deceive them instead of them using their own brain, which that deceiving them fucked up their entire life. Their life is in a storm right now. There's tower after tower after tower. This person is losing, whether it's this, then it's this, then it's this, then it's this. All this shit is happening. The car is breaking down. They got home repairs. That somebody's giving them a hard time at the job. They need some money, but they can't get a loan. All of this shit is happening to them, and then they're looking at you in that big, beautiful heart of yours, receiving everything that you deserve and more. You gave this person chances, time after time after time. Look at all those little nicks in your heart. You gave this person so many damn chances to stop with the bullshit, to stop with the foolishness, but they didn't. They kept going. They kept going because they didn't believe the karma was real. They didn't believe in that big payback confirmation. Once again, this person was living off of your blessings. Somebody felt like they didn't have to tell you how they felt. They didn't have to communicate with you. They didn't have to share with you. This is somebody who is young, immature, no matter how old that physical body is, that physical body could be in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, but that brain was immature. They felt like they didn't have to talk to you. They didn't have to share nothing with you. And now this person is wondering or wishing that they could have shared. Wishing they could have been speaking to you. Wishing they would have told you that, hey, so-and-so was jealous. This and that and the other. They said this. They said that. They wish they had the opportunity to tell you because you know what? When they didn't, somebody that they was hanging around came back and was talking to you, making it seem like it was them. So then they all of a sudden became the fall guy. The community is looking at this person. Everybody sees who this person is. And I feel like everybody's laughing. Everybody's calling this person a fool. Because this person has got themselves in a position they cannot get out of. All because of jealousy. They weren't jealous before. They didn't get jealous until they started listening to this gossip. That's when they got jealous. Like, this follower said, I'm not jealous, but oh, wait. Oh, everybody's mad? Oh, I need to be mad too. You know, like I said, it was an older person's body, but a young boy's brain. Bottom of the deck. The game master. This is just somebody that thinks that they know it all. They thought they knew it all. They thought that they was going to be able to get back in. They knew what they needed to do to schmooze, to play you. Hi, Sandy. How are you? But they don't. You know, this person is finding out that they're the only ones that have the broken heart. And what they thought they was going to give you the broken heart? No. It's them. Because that shit went right back on them. Now, like I said, this person is worried. They worried. You know, their money is funny. They may have had bad health news. You know, something at work is not working out. You know, somebody is trying to stop their success, just like they were trying to do to you. You know, this person is now disappointed for getting with that group that was praying under the moon, trying to do this black magic shit under the moon. But they realized everything for them, all of those blessings, everything that they felt like they deserved, because things were so good for this person. All of that ended the day that you walked away. They thought they had the power. You had the power, and you defeated them just by leaving them. All this because they didn't want you to be the shining example. They didn't want you to be the star. They felt like they deserved it instead. This is somebody, you know what? They may have even had like a father figure around them that told them, no, I'm going to tell you the best way to get somebody's heart, to make them dedicated to you, the best way to make it so that they feel like they can't live without you is to play games with their heart, establish, you know, you got the money, establish the dominance and ghost their ass. Ghost them. That makes them want you more. And so that person was stupid enough to try it. They tried to ghost you only to find out that shit failed miserably. This is like somebody was riding on the roof of their car, and then the car had ended up having a car accident. Like who does that shit? If you want somebody to be crazy about you, to love you, to never leave you, you got to put into them. You can't ghost them, dumb ass. Ghosting them is teaching them how to live without your dumb, stupid, immature, ignorant, ugly ass. Not the other way around. Here you are. A shining example. You know, loving your way through it. Teaching other people how to love their way through their pain too. And it's not that you love the pain. It's just that you're staying in the highest vibration, no matter what somebody else attempts to bring your way. Because you don't have to internalize nothing that anyone else has to say. Because you know you. They don't. Somebody's just talking out the side of their neck or the crack of their ass, trying to get you, trying to depress you, trying to get you to off balance. No, you don't have to internalize nothing that asshole says. Just think they're just being an asshole. They don't even know. Let people think what they want to think. Let them say what they want to say. Let them act how they want to act, because it does not reflect on you at all, ever. You go to the store with somebody and they want to go up to the cashier or go up to the counter or whatever, and they want to cuss, hoop, holler, throw shit around, knock shit off the counter. You know how you see them videos, somebody, my hamburger wasn't cooked right, and they knocking all this shit off and pushing the registers off and trying to get in fights with the restaurant workers. The person that they there with is like, damn, let me sit back. Let me stand back. I ain't got nothing to say about that. Let me go to the bathroom. Maybe they'll be finished. The police ain't coming to arrest you. They're coming to arrest that stupid ass fool, because they showed the world who they were, not you. Somebody cannot stop looking at you. They can't stop looking at you because they see you, the star. That's what they wanted for themselves. But you know what? They was trying to dress up their negativity, trying to disguise their negativity like they was something. Everybody could see behind that little sadistic smile that they had was the devil. Was the devil just wearing Prada? Now the truth is out, and they know that they did this to themselves. They got themselves locked up spiritually. They got themselves messed up, not you. You stuck your hand out. You was closing that cycle. You was exhibiting strength. You said, come on, come with me. They're the ones who didn't want to go. They wanted to be stuck in that cycle. So you had to get your strength, your courage, and go it alone. Now somebody was to come and they want to work with you. Or this could be you building up your own company. I'm feeling like this is you building up your own company, making a name for yourself. And this magician, once again, is trying to figure out a way to kind of slide in, to kind of slither in, so that you don't know exactly what they're doing, so that they can, like I said, make it seem like it's one thing when it's really something else. But you see what's going on. You ain't no dummy. And you don't even have a problem telling this person, I see what you're doing, and it's not going to work. You got past this period of sitting there thinking that you had to take something. You so past that now. Hey, Tyreek. Nobody can even get you there anymore. It's like even now, whenever they might say something to you online, you're able to ignore that, because there's more people rooting for you than against you. There's more people. Now they see that, people want to be around you. There's people that's interested in you. People would love to be with you. And they see that your life is going in the right direction. They see that your life is going in the right direction as far as that happiness, that fulfillment within, because that's where you had to start, within your own heart. And you were doing it remaining loving, kind, patient. You didn't feel the need to have to come out the bag on anybody. You didn't feel the need to have to, I'm going to say this and I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all that. You didn't have to do all that. Even though these people have been lying against you for the longest. And you had been trying to defend yourself against these lies. You know, now it's like, since you had to take your space, come on in here, lay down, Sasha. Since you took your space, now everybody's seeing you differently. They don't see you as that wild person that they made you out to be. Hey, Sandy, you know, they don't like that because they did everything to make you believe and feel like nothing. Exactly. The best revenge is success. Exactly. Yeah, they did everything. And people are looking at you now and they're saying now, they're looking at you totally different. They used to look at you like you was a wild one, like you was doing the most outlandish shit. But they don't look at that now. And it's like you are speaking your piece. You setting the record straight. And there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody wants to come in and they want to disrupt what you have. They want to ruin your fresh start. Let me put this girl outside. Hold on. Go outside. Go outside. Go. Now you're ready. Go outside. Mm. She wants to go to the park, but no, it rained here last night a lot. And so the parks were flooded. So she thinks that she's going to be pulling me in the mud. I don't care how mad you get. Called herself barking at me this morning. I was barking back. I could do that too. But you're going to take your ass outside, out back. Yeah. Somebody, they thought that they was going to be able to ruin your fresh start, your new beginning. But you took that new beginning for a reason, because they couldn't get right. That's why they had to get left. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like it was like you did them wrong by going in a new direction. They're mad because you left. If they was that damn mad, they would have acted right. But they're mad because you took your kickball and you went the fuck on home, wherever home is. And now they upset because they ain't got nothing or nobody to play with. Play with your mama. Unless you're my child. Don't play with me. You know, I don't do all that shit. And you know what? And then on top of that, they're really upset because they didn't know that Spirit was going to come around to give them exactly what they wanted for you in real time, baby. Real time. They are so upset. They was like, damn, I threw all those rods, all those arrows, all those swords out there and thinking it was going to get you, and only for me to find out that shit came right back on me. Spirit said, hell yeah, I am your sword and your staff. You know, I am the shield, the rock, the way, and everything else. Think it's a game. Think it is a motherfucking game. Everybody sees that you getting exactly everything that you deserve. You know, you have all 10 pentacles. You either, you know, you own a company, you sweet, you give out good advice, you this, you that, you know, or these are just you having all your gifts. Like somebody was going to try and steal your spiritual inheritance, and they could not. They could not. Everything that they tried to do, it didn't work in their favor. It only worked in your favor. You was able to defend yourself. You was able to fight and gain that victory. And then on top of that, it's like this Queen of Wands For some reason, I'm feeling like this Queen of Wands was trying to get at you, trying to control you, this Queen of Wands is trying to make it seem like that she was on your side, but she wasn't really on your side. She was not trying to be no public defender. She was not trying to have that. She wanted you to have your defenses down because she wanted to take dominion over your life. She wanted to take control. She wanted to put you in a place where you wasn't going to be able to escape. She even sent somebody in to try and seduce you, to try and, give you this offer, or maybe somebody gave you a little present or something like that, or they would say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. But you knew not to trust it. You knew not to trust it because something about it didn't sound right. Something about it seemed like it was too good to be true. It was just something that was in that cup. It was something that was in that cup that you didn't trust. And so you was like, no, I'm not really that thirsty. Whatever you got, I'm not that thirsty. What's the message, Spirit? There was too many. What's the message? Sandy said all of them smell like cat shit. Damn. Hey, practicing. Oh my goodness. What's the message? Yeah, you knew not to trust them. Whatever they was trying to give you, you knew not to trust that shit. Because you knew whatever it was supposed to make you sick. And you were strong enough on your own. You didn't need their money. You didn't need nothing that they was bringing. You didn't need nothing. You had your own. Even whenever they tried to make it seem like, I got this great idea, you could see the loopholes. You knew it was going to fail. You knew it was not for you. You even knew that these two was working together. This could have been a mother and a lover. You knew they was working together. That mother and that lover, you knew they was working together. What else, Spirit? This could have been your mother and your ex-lover. That shit happens. See, somebody's watching you because you know what? It's like you are helping somebody through a certain situation. You're telling them the truth. You're helping somebody through a particular situation because here she is and somebody's talking to her and she's giving that great advice. You're helping somebody, whether you're doing it online, on a platform or something, and it's helping them to work through that strife. It's helping them to work through this situation that they find themselves in. This person that it's like they need to do this so that they can heal from trying to take you out or trying to do you harm. Like I said, when you walked away, it's almost like that's when somebody, everybody started talking about them. Everybody started talking down to them. Everybody started blaming them for some shit, because they wasn't able to come in and defeat you and take over your power. They knew. So that's like, people started dogging them like they was trying to dog you. Now they understood what it was like to walk in your shoes, if only for a moment, with the Justice card. What else, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Nothing's happening. Nothing right for this group, for this person. Nothing right is happening. And they want to bring you down. I'm telling you, somebody wants to affect your finances. They want to affect every start that you have, every opportunity that you have. But they're not able to. Not at all. You're too peaceful. You're too healed. That's it. You're too healed. And not only that, but it's like what you have to say, not only is it the truth, but it paints the perfect picture. It's like it helps people to visualize where they're at, their situation, and how things may be happening in their life that they need to look out for. It's helping somebody, it's helping people to understand that these are red flags, that these are things that you can do to when these are certain things that people will say to try and keep you down, hold you down, or how somebody's going to try to approach you. And it's not necessarily what you think that you can just see out of these two eyes. You actually have to really visualize what's happening. But whatever it is, it's helping people to be able to protect themselves, to fight that battle, and then to gain independence. It's helping them to be able to see who the true devils in their life is. And also it's able to break those chains that bind them. What else, Spirit? Anything else? What else? It's too many. Something that you're working on is gaining a lot of power. Something that you are dedicated to, you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And these people are so worried because they thought that they had the power, only to find out they didn't have the power at all, ever. They're worried about your strength because they tried to dress something up, about their own happiness. But it wasn't true. They were just trying to make it seem like they were happy, but they weren't really happy. It wasn't until you gained victory, over this family or this group or this coven and ended something. That's when people could see the truth of what was actually going on. That's when people really started to believe you. Because it's like you were telling them information that they're trying to figure out. How do you know? How did you know? Like with the high priestess, you hadn't said anything for a long time, but when you did start speaking, it kind of freaked people out because they were just trying to figure out, how the hell did you know? Especially that they were trying to ruin your relationships. They were trying to cause you so much heart pain. And they're like, this group, they celebrated too soon. They celebrated too soon, only to find out that they all get in judgment. They're all being judged by the Most High. But throughout all of it, no matter what these people did, you stayed in your highest energy. You stayed with the spirit of love. There's nothing that they could have done. You knew what you needed to do. God said, just remain loving throughout all of this. And that's exactly what you did. Even whenever they tried to come up against you, it didn't work, and you still remain loving. But people now see, when somebody's doing something, people are seeing it. It's like somebody is pointing out what somebody else has done. Somebody's pointing out what somebody else has done. They're like, okay, so you know what, Jerry, this is what you did. This is why you're in this position. This is why you were the one, collective, that's spirit is leading you to success. It's just a matter of time. You're going in the right direction. And that's why these people want to ruin your happiness, because you're going in the right direction. They wanted you to, once you took that leap of faith and you decided that you was going to go in a new direction, they wanted you to fail. They told everybody you was going to fail. They was like, I give them 3 weeks. I give them 3 months. It may be 3 years. It may be 33 years. And they still talking about, it's just a matter of time. That's just going to fail. Hell, you may be a multi-billionaire and they still talking about something. God give it today, but he'll take it tomorrow. Yeah, okay. While they sitting here living in a shoebox. People are really noticing how cruel this group was to you. People are really noticing how cruel they were and how everybody was trying to steal what was yours. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? The Emperor. This Emperor is trying to figure out how you know what you know. Because that's the one who tried to lead the charge against you. That's the one who tried to ruin all your relationships. That's the one who was trying to get in the middle. They didn't try to get in the middle. They successfully got in the middle of your relationships. All because they tried to make it seem like it was something it wasn't. But really, you was a healer. You was the truth teller. You was the one that was going to smooth everything out. You was the one that's going to help remove those swords from somebody's heart or their back. This has always been you. Always. But somebody tried so hard to make it seem like you was something else. They didn't receive judgment for a long time. It took a while before they got this judgment. And that's only because you were still there with them. You were still pouring into them. You were still helping them, get blessings after blessings after blessings. But you know what? And they never appreciated none of it. They still don't appreciate it. They're just mad that you took it away. But they never appreciated you. Probably because they never appreciated God and what God has done for them by way of you. So now somebody's feeling like a fool. They feel like a fool because they allow somebody else to play with their money, play with their gift, play with what was truly a gift to them, and that was you. Yeah, this somebody even tried to seduce you. They did. They was trying to, they thought that you was dumb. Somebody thought that you was dumb and they could seduce you like it was nobody's business. But once again, that person who thought they could seduce you, now they find themselves having to deal with that comeback, and they feel like they can't move. They are beholden to the devil. Telling you, somebody got themselves in a position where they cannot get out of. You can't hide the truth. You can try and lie your way out of the truth, but the truth is always going to be the truth. And eventually, everybody's going to see the truth. So either way it goes, a lie is still going to get you just like that, locked up. They can't even try and somebody stop trying to even take control over you. They know that's a losing battle, because the more they tried, the more they got defeated. The more they lied on you, the worse their defeat became. Because when you ascended, what could they say? Oh, the only reason she's up there is because I catapulted her up there? Because I told her, go ahead, I'm going to push you all the way up, and then I'll catch up? No. Especially whenever they were sitting here lying about you. That ain't how that happens. See, they're upset because they can't take credit for you. You know, the way that they would have, now that they're thinking back on it, they're like, damn, I should have just been chilled. I should have just been chilled. Be cool, be cool. Because then, now that I know all that money's coming the collector's way, I could have said, well, you know what? I was your biggest cheerleader, even though I was trying to steal from you. But they can't say that because they are nowhere to be found. They're sitting here looking like an entire clown. We're going to try this one. Bottom of the deck, the sun. Yes. So something about these attacks that they sent to you. Everybody knows what was done. I feel like you have some really good news coming in. I really do. I feel like you have some really good news coming in. Some messages. You're going to be so happy. This is somebody that sees your strength. I feel like this person wants to come. They want to give you some type of offer. They want to talk to you. They want to have, this conversation with you about something that you do for work, how you work. They have plans. They want to make you, it's like this person has plans. They want to come in and they want to say, I got this plan, or I got this idea, and I just need this, or I feel like we can do that. But you're going to have to be careful about who you work with. Seriously, you got to be real careful about who you work with, and make sure that if you choose to work with someone, that they don't always take all the credit for the shit that you do. Because, you have to call them out. Don't wait. You would have to call them out immediately. Yeah, because then they would be trying to take all the credit and then leave you there stranded. Spirit is going to let you know, follow what Spirit says. Use your intuition and make sure that you protect yourself. If not, you will be in a position where you will regret that shit for a long time to come. And mostly, as far as like listening to gossip, don't listen to gossip. Let that shit go. Don't get involved in somebody else's bullshit. That's what it is. Don't get involved in somebody else's bullshit. If they want to talk about something, Yeah. You know, Aunt Mary and and Charlotte this and that and Kamala. Let them do that shit over there. Don't be bothered with that, because all they're trying to do is start some shit. That's all they're trying to do. Get you in the middle of some shit so they can come back and say, "Oh, that was you that said that." I know a little birdie told me. What little birdie? Oh, he was so and so, and it wasn't. It wasn't even you. But you know where your truth is, and you know that you're about to get everything that you could possibly want and need. You know where your truth is, where it lies, and somebody is watching you. I'm telling you, they cannot stop watching you. It's this somebody's getting they're getting the judgment. This could be somebody's mother who's under judgment. Yeah, somebody's mother is under severe and harsh judgment. They are under harsh punishment too. And the reason is because they caused somebody's lover to walk away. This is somebody that they acted so fucking immature and tried to do some raggedy shit to their own child. This mother is under harsh judgment and is thinking that is so afraid that these secrets are going to come out. This person is probably in really bad health right now, and they're just afraid that the secrets are going to come out before they actually croak. It's okay, because everybody's already looking at things closely. They're studying everything. Somebody is doing their homework, and they're figuring out who gave to whom, who did what. And they're figuring out, how long this had been going on. And then the other person is in deep regret for even taking part of something. But that it's almost like that clears the air for somebody else, to look like they are victorious. But even this person is not victorious, because then people are seeing how somebody else was holding back from you and trying to keep you trapped and stuck. They didn't want you to complete this cycle. They didn't want you to graduate or to ascend. They wanted you to be under their control. They felt like you was going to fall for the okie doke. They didn't want you to be where you were independent. They didn't want that. They wanted everybody to watch you scrimp and save and barely get by, like you always had to call on them. Can I get $20 just so I can feed myself for the week? Because somebody else felt like they deserved what you had. This King of Cups is so upset with themselves because they place themselves on the wrong side. They place themselves on the wrong team. And they're the ones who's now taking the brunt of the beating. They're the ones who, they just came from a war and they're trying to surrender, and they need to, because now they see that this emperor is getting justice, is going through karma for trying to steal some shit, for trying to, not just steal some shit, but hurt you. And you had a pure heart. Let me turn this heat off, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, good Lord. Hold on, let me open up the window, too. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, better. It's cold in the mornings and it's warm in the afternoons. I'm in Arizona, y'all. Yeah, because somebody did not want you to be seen as the earth angel. They don't want you to be seen as that. They wanted you to be seen like, you was never gonna get ahead. You didn't know what financial stability was. You didn't know what a gift was if it came and kicked you in your motherfucking teeth. They wanted everybody to see that you was never gonna be good enough. You was never gonna have. They wanted everybody to turn their back on you and for you to be like, well, how come nobody likes me? What did I do? Yep. This King of Cups, the one who's battle weary now, they understand whenever it came to this relationship, they was very, very immature. And they was a fool thinking that they could just go out and replace you like that. Mm-mm. There's even an Aquarius. There's even an Aquarius. And something about this Aquarius in their home life, maybe one of their kids ended up doing something to turn that wheel of fortune that was going in their favor out of their favor. Because one of their children took it upon themselves to try and go forward to cause you some pain. But it didn't work because you stood your ground. You kept your dignity intact. And you thought about everything that you had to gain. And you was determined not to think about anything that you had to lose because you didn't have anything else to lose. You left that behind in the past. It's like somebody was trying to come up after you because you make their mother look weak. You're the empress and their mama wanted to be the empress, but you made that bitch look weak. So something about somebody, one of their kids, took it upon themselves to try and hurt you, only to find out that God said, oh, you about to sit your ass down and your goofy mama about to sit their ass down. This is the type of child and mama that will throw a rock and hide their hand. They'll throw a rock and then try and get the entire gang against you. Somebody's thinking that this young person, this King of Cups, who is really immature, is truly missing you, truly thinking about you, understanding that you know what, they really need to apologize to you. Not only are they supposed to be here with you in the physical, but they also are supposed to have been representing you in the spiritual. And they truly feel like a fool for doing this. All because they was promised some money that they'll never get. They will never see. And whatever they do see, they're not going to be able to hold on to it. It's going to slip through their fingers. Whenever you go around and you try and steal something from somebody, it's never something that you're going to be looking at 30 years later like, you see that over there? I stole that from somebody and I kept it nice and shiny. No, you're going to steal it. And guess what somebody going to come and do? They're going to steal it from you. Confirmation. What's the message, Spirit? They don't have nothing. If somebody was trying to take something from you, they ain't get nothing. And what they did get was so quick, it was like all they did was take it and pass it on. What's the message? And then on top of that, people have to understand about integrity. Who the fuck is going to trust you when you are not trustworthy. And the reason that somebody is walking around like they can't trust is because they're not trustworthy at all. That's why somebody is not able to trust them. That's why, because they're not able to trust nobody. Because they are not trustworthy. What's the message? What else? Anything else from this deck? That's a lot. Somebody thought that this generational curse was too strong for you to break. You know? But you did it. You took a step. You created something out of nothing. You spoke your piece. You worked on yourself, and now things are going in your favor. It's like you on this whole new path. You on your journey. They thought that they was going to be able to really keep you under some type of curse. But this emperor telling you is getting justice. Getting justice for trying to steal like your destiny. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Adrian. Yeah, this emperor is getting justice for trying to steal your destiny. Trying to, so that they could try and take it from you and give it to somebody who was less than deserving. Telling you, somebody in this, and this mama, the one whose child thought that they was going to come at you and get at you for the sake of their mama. That ain't happening. They under judgment too, and they can't stop but watching you. They want to act like everything is good, but they really are upset. And they know, energy don't lie. Energy don't lie. Bottom of the deck, the Star. Everybody knows who you are. You may as well be Norm walking up into that Cheers bar. Everybody knows your name. Rightfully so. Especially once you stepped out on faith. You stepped out on faith. And you did your own thing. This King of Cups and this Queen of Cups. This King of Cups now sees that this Queen of Cups was the one that had all the gifts. Wasn't him. It was her. And they see that now all that magic that they threw out there, they was being so immature. They was being a follower. All that shit was returned to them. And they stuck in it. They don't know how to get out of it. And it's beating their ass. They don't know what's next. They do know they want to come to you. They want to apologize. They know you want to talk, and they know that they're going to have to talk. They're going to have to say something. And it's going to have to be truthful. Because right now, they're going through it. They are going through it. Everything is dissolving right in front of their eyes. And this person is so upset, trying to think, how did I not see this? Like, they trying to figure out, when did they decide that all this bullshit they was doing was okay? When did they decide that? Especially, they knew that you was an earth angel. They knew that you You made something out of nothing. It's like whenever they thought, I don't know how we going to get out of this. Next thing you know, they looking and y'all is fine. You fine. You didn't need no help. You had all the help you needed, and that was God. This person is realizing, could have been a child. This person is realizing that their days with you were their brightest days. How you protected them, how you guarded them, how you guided them, how you told them about God, about making choices, about not being a follower, about being a fucking leader. But did they listen? Mm-mm. They didn't go in the way that you were going. They went in some other direction. They joined some other team. Mm-hmm. What else, Spirit? I thought I saw one flip. I must have flipped and flipped back over. What's the message, Spirit? Somebody does not want something to be over. This child. They do not want this to be over. They don't. They want another opportunity. They want to be able to make things right. They want to be able to make things right with you. They want to honor you. Because they know that without you, they didn't appreciate what you was bringing to the table. And they see that, you know what? You brought love. You brought honesty. You brought the entire family. You were their family. And you even told them about this person. You warned them about this person. And they should have respected you enough to listen. They should have said, you know what? Because, you could have been this person's mother, grandmother, somebody that was being blessed by God. All they had to do was listen. They chose not to. They chose to go with the other side. So now it's like, hey, Touche, how are you? Now it's that other side. That's who they have to deal with. It's not you. They're jealous. They're upset because they didn't get on that path with you. Adrian, I'm still going to be sad for that person. I'm still going to be sorry for that person. Anyone that takes their own life, yeah, let's not be so, don't be sorry for them. We need to be. Remember, when we want God to give us grace, it is because we are able to give others grace. When we want to be forgiven, it's because we are able to forgive. Someone did, it's like they had to go within. I feel like they had to go within and they had to kind of like look at themselves and look at the road that they was traveling on or things that they did or the cycle that they're in. They had to go within and look at themselves. This could be even somebody who's looking at you on the internet from a ghost account. And they cannot get enough of you because they see that you come up. You don't even, you stepped away from the fire. You stepped away from the battle. There was nothing left for you to do. And now somebody's seeing that this witch had lied on you, but even that truth is coming out. Somebody cannot hide something because that truth that you spoke is too glaring. It's too bright. What's the message? Yeah. Now this person is feeling that that 3 of swords that they wanted you to feel. All because they felt like they didn't want to follow you. They didn't want to go in the direction that you were going. They wanted to perpetuate this curse. And so you had to leave everybody. Hey, C-Bones, how are you? You had to leave everybody. And now everybody they all confused as to what's coming back on them and how it's going to affect them. You know, they're not sure if they're going to be able to get their wish fulfillment, like that plan, that magic trick is going to work, that black magic, if they're going to be able to gain control. They don't know if they're going to be able to get that wish fulfillment or not. But I'm telling you, somebody's mama and their kids, their mama like, round the kids up. I threw a rock and I'm trying to hide my hand, but somebody's calling me out. Round them kids up because we getting ready to ride on over there. And we getting ready to attack that one person because I threw the first rock. But I don't want anybody to know it. Even people listen to that bullshit is like, miss me with that bullshit. Actually, I feel like, you know what? These damn kids with their mama, they better go ahead and appreciate their mama because their mama ain't got much time left. Somebody need to go ahead and yes, and their mama ain't got that much time left, and somebody else is in the house. They already planning on what it's gonna be like when they single. They like, oh yeah, I will redo this bedroom. I'm gonna get rid of all her shit and all this old raggedy ass looking furniture that she done got. The country motif theme. I don't know what the fuck she thought. You know. Somebody said, you know, they don't even want to deal with this person anymore. It's like I feel like with them, you know, these two, somebody feel like they just got to protect themselves right now, and they don't want to be around that person as much because they see that person is keeping them from healing. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Ain't that some shit? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I apologize. All right. Yeah, it's like it's keeping that person from healing. Because I'm telling you, somebody's ready to be free. They are ready to this person is ready to be free. This somebody's ready to, like, I can't wait. Not saying they ready for their spouse to die, but they're ready to be free. And it may be they're in that mindset of, okay, we're gonna just stay married until whatever, blah, 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 whatever. What's the message? Because I see that somebody is that this is the person that's causing the confusion. It's that mama's that's causing the fucking confusion. What's the message? Mm-hmm. And causing arguments, starting the shit, coming out saying shit, saying shit that didn't even need to be said, and then getting upset when the shit come back around. Like I said, when the shit come back around, then want to sit there and play victim. Oh, I know I called you a dumb bitch, but you weren't supposed to attack me like that. How dare you? I need to get all my kids to ride. All 12 of y'all. Come on, round up. Somebody didn't let me act a motherfucking fool in their life, and they said that they gonna whoop my ass if I keep acting a fool. So I threw the first rock. I'm trying to hide my hand, but they putting it out on Front Street, so we need to go get them. Mm-hmm. That sounds like I got one sister-in-law, and it sounds just like her. Throw a rock and hide the bitch's hand. Tell you what, I had to let her know. Confirmation. Let her know, bitch, I will break both the motherfucking hands. That way you can't throw no rocks and you can't hide shit. Think it's a fucking game. Talks all big and bad, mean and bold on the, over the internet or over the phone, but see that person in person, oh, somebody crumbles. What's the message? Mm-hmm. And this is what's happening to somebody. They feel like their life is crumbling, especially since they did not take your relationship that was blessed by God, seriously. They took you for granted. And now everything that they put out there is coming right back around to them. Somebody's learning a lesson. They're learning a for real lesson about being a leader instead of a fucking follower. They're learning a lesson about speaking ill about your gifts or speaking ill on your name. They're learning a lesson about that. How they spreading gossip and saying this and saying that. Now somebody understanding that, you know what, it was not them that was keeping them afloat. It was you that was keeping them afloat. You over here floating on your own. You levitating by yourself. They had to sit in the fucking chair with the balloon that was keeping them afloat. You understand the difference? You see what I'm talking about? And then them sitting here choosing somebody because they thought they had some finances. What else, Spirit? Something about your side hustle. And you be at it too, boy. Look at your face. Oh, you be working. You be at it. You serious about that side hustle. Look at you. Typing on that laptop. Shit, you got more than one laptop. Look like you got two laptops right here. I don't know what the hell you doing, but whatever it is bringing you some overnight success. So keep it up. But damn, you working hard. You must have a few monitors too. Would you walk into your man cave or your woman cave, and there's like a big TV monitor here, a few monitors here, a monitor up there, a monitor up there. Just you can make sure you see what the hell it is that you need to see. I don't know what you're working on, but damn, it sounds like it's super important. What's the message? Bryce said, oh, you know it. Telling you something about this side hustle. No. But something about this, your side hustle. I'm telling you, somebody want to come in. They want to join forces with you now, but they don't want to be like committed. They just want to be in some type of situationship. because they see that you having this overnight success. They had a dream about this. They had a dream about this, about you being an overnight success, and they should have trusted the signs. They should have trusted the signs, but no, they didn't want to do none of that. They trying to hide their true feelings too. You know, this is somebody that's hoping that they can come back in your life and they could make a quick rebound. Not that they want to be there forever. They just want to get their shit straight, and then they can go back to try and dog you. You know, they just want their status to come back up. That confirmation. They just want their status to come back up. You know, like I said, they just want to be brand new again. But see, somebody got to realize they already too old to be acting brand new. But see, the reason that you are single is because you choose to be, not because you have to be. And you choose to be because there were already so many other broken promises that you had to work through. That's whenever you finally had to make a decision about which way you was going to go. And that was the best decision of your life, because it's like it restored your happiness, your playfulness. It helped you to heal childhood wounds. And through it all, there's also a secret admirer that's looking at you. I'm telling you, somebody's been watching you. They're watching you secure your goals, to achieve your goals. You know, they're watching you gaining your financial stability. And now this person is having a wake-up call. All because because somebody was trying to be fake before and trying to rob you of your energy, your time, some damn energy vampire. They thought that you was going to be happy to be somebody's little secret side piece. You know, like y'all could just act like, you know, you just happen to see each other out in the streets or whatever, but you're really hooking up. Somebody thought they could get a status upgrade by, you know, getting with you, but you already knew that they have commitment issues. Like, fuck that, don't. And you already knew that they had a hidden agenda. Plus, the fact that this person couldn't look at themselves or deal with themselves, or found it not necessary to work on themselves, that's a big red flag right there. Somebody that don't want to work on what they can improve, that's a big red flag. And you knew that this person was still going to be trying to breadcrumb you, just like they did before. But whenever you told them no, they was triggered, but you didn't give a shit. Because whenever you told them no, you also let them know exactly why. You spoke your truth. You was authentic. You was raw in your honesty. And you let them know it's because, motherfucker, you need to do your damn shadow work. You were like walking low. Motherfucking walking devil around here. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. It's like, take that mask off. Learn to be you. Learn to love you. Instead of trying to be a people pleaser. You trying to get everybody to like you. Ain't nobody liking you. And then trying to throw some negativity out. Where do you think that shit was going to go? Right back. See, they messed up. They had you. They had you right where everybody wanted you. You know, in their heart. In your heart. But then they messed up, and now they tried to friend zone you. Then they want to go around town gossiping about you, lying about you until you said something. And then they gonna act like they not even upset. Oh, they was so upset. They wasn't really smiling. Those was for real plastic smiles. They was really upset. And the thing was, the reason they was so upset is not because you spoke your truth, that you put the truth out there. It's because when you spoke your truth and you put the truth out there, Everybody saw that it looked like all of a sudden you bounced back big time and then had a big break on top of that. Like, like you was at least supposed to take a few weeks, a few months, a couple years to get over that bullshit. Then breadcrumbing you, gaslighting you, playing you for a fool, acting like you some type of sneaky link, acting like you some type of freak. All that because somebody want to look a certain way. Hell no. Hell to the no. But yeah, you trusted the signs. You trusted the signs. And that's why you are in the position that you are in. And they are in the position that they are in. You paid attention. You followed your intuition. You said, oh, I hear you, God. Loud and clear. Y'all, I'm going to end this one right here. I will be back in a little while. All right. Thank you so very much, J. Mike. I'll be back here in a little while. I'm going to take my little monster outside. Hopefully the park is not this much water. It's just this much water. I don't know. Thank you so very much, High Priestess 369. And everyone else, I look forward to seeing you soon. And I love you all.